since I've uploaded a video, but here I go. So I'm just here to give you the rundown on the app called Pokemon Go, which I recently just got myself into. Just hit level 20. And today I'm just going to be talking about some certain tips that I found out. And yeah, all right, so here we go. First off, let's do egg hatching. So I've been doing some research and I figured out all the different hatches that are possible in Pokemon Go. So let's start with 2 kilometer eggs. Number one, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Caterpie, Weedle, Pidgey, Spearow, Rattata, Pikachu, Clefairy, Zubat, Jigglypuff, Geodude, and Magikarp. Now, I gotta say, if I had to have top five, it would be at number five would be Squirtle, then Clefairy, Geodude, Pikachu, and then Charmander. Because, well, that really depends on where you live. Next up is 5 kilometer distance eggs, and this one has the most Pokemon you can get. So, really, if you're going to do a 5 kilometer, I would probably. Well, don't get your hopes up. There are actually quite a few different types of good things that you can get. Like, for example, there's regionally exclusive Pokemon in here. If you don't know what that is, there are currently four, I believe. Well, let's see. And you can only get them in certain parts of the world. There's Kangaskhan, you can only get in Australia. Tauros, you can only get in North America. Mr. Mime, you can only get in Western Europe, or just Europe. I've heard Western Europe. And there's Farfetch, which you can only get in Asia. So there are actually quite a few good things you can get from a 5K egg. Here's the list: Ekans, Sandshrew, Nidoran female, Nidoran male, Vulpix, Oddish, Paris, Venonat, Diglett, Meowth, Psyduck, Mankey, Growlithe, uh, Poliwag, Abra, Machop, Bellsprout, Tentacool, Ponyta, Slowpoke, Magnemite, Farfetch'd, Doduo, Seal, Grimer, Shelder, Ghastly, Drowsy, Krabby, Voltorb, Execute, Cubone, Lickitung, Coughing, Rhyhorn, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Goldeen, Tauros, Staryu, and Porygon. Finally, we have the 10 kilometer eggs, which consist of the hardest to get Pokemon in the game, and there are two that are actually not that hard to get, but you really need candies for them because they can give you good things. So, starting off at the 10Ks, first we have Onyx, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Chansey, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Magmar, Electabuzz, Pinsir, Lapras, Eevee. You need those Eevee candies though. They will give you good things, and you can good candies to get an Eeveelution. You can get one of three Pokemon, unless you have used the glitch. Here, if you don't know what the glitch is, I will run over that in a little bit. The next part is Omanyte, Kabuto, which is actually very good, Aerodactyl as well, Snorlax, and finally, Dratini. Uh, Dratini is honestly probably it's like one of the best ones to get. You really need those Dratini candies. I think you need 25 Dratini candies to evolve into a Dragonair, and then you need 100 Dratini candies after that to evolve into a Dragonite. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the eggs. Now I'm going to run over incense and lures, how it works. Here we go with the incense first. A tip with incense is you're really gonna need to be walking with it. Pokemon Go was designed to be a walking type game, so they're going to encourage you to walk more, just like with Pokestops. There's no other way to go get stuff except for being able to pay with like iTunes gift card or Google Play card or something. Get some coins and boom, get some Pokeballs. But that's not how the game was designed to be played. Just like trying to go get Pokestops, you're really gonna need to walk around. You get a Pokemon every 6 minutes when you are standing or sitting down or just planning to be like every noob in the game and trying to stay in one spot and get like a Snorlax. The most amount of Pokemon someone can get while using incense is 30 Pokemon. Now, the highest amount that they can use when standing still with incense is 6. That means you only see Pokemon every 6 minutes and incense lasts 30 minutes. Now, nobody really knows what you're supposed to be doing when it goes to the timetable. Now, I'm calling it the timetable as in when the rare Pokemon spawns. Oh my god. He's 420. Anyway, sorry about that. Now, people believe it to be at around 20 minutes. Well, at 15 minutes, there is going to be something uncommon. Not really rare, depending on where you are. Just something uncommon. Like, let's say you live in the desert. There's going to be like a Krabby or something at 15 minutes. Now, at 20 to 25 minutes, you're guaranteed something that you haven't gotten yet, or something you have gotten, but probably from an egg, something you've never gotten. So this can consist of pretty much anything. I caught a Snorlax a few days ago down at my Bijou, the local theater. My friend and I were just walking around down there, and we're just like, hey, let's use a lure module. Now, I know I'm talking about incense, but I don't think you're gonna get anything that good with incense. But anyways, I got a Snorlax from Lure Module. I'll go into that maybe later. But this can probably consist of mostly 5K things. Uh, Usually you can get mostly anything from anything else, like a 2 kilometer egg when it's a incense. But let's just say you got a Charmander at 25 minutes. That's possible. Same with the Pikachu. Um, yeah, now let's go into lure modules. They're basically the exact same thing, and as an incense, but they only work on Pokestops. Now, one little thing I forgot to mention about incense is that it actually only shows up for you, the Pokemon that spawn. Let's say a Ghastly showed up. It's not going to show up for anyone else in the area. It's just you. Now, lures are different because they go on Pokestops. The way that you know what a lure looks like is on a Pokestop is when there are these pink flower petals just waving around. If you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But that's how you know. You're gonna want to go over there, and same thing with incense. You're guaranteed something uncommon, very uncommon, at 15 minutes. At 25 minutes, something you don't have. Um, that's when I got the Snorlax. But unlike the incense, all the Pokemon that show up for every single player, and that's pretty much it for bringing Pokemon to you. Now, I actually have never played the original Pokemon games, but I know a lot of you probably have. And just for the people that haven't and are just getting into Pokemon Go, maybe their friends just wanted them to play it, or they just thought it was sound cool. If you're ever fighting in a gym, you're gonna want to take into consideration what you're going to be wanting to fight with. So let's say that there is an Aerodactyl, which is a flying type and a rock type. You're going to want to fight it with something. An Electabuzz is what you're going to need. It is an electric type, which is good against flying types. That's really going to help knock out the flying part of it. And as a backup, maybe add like some water or steel types. There's not too many steel types, but at least that are obtainable. I mean, there are, but at least I haven't gotten any yet. And you're also probably going to want psychic type. Also, would be pretty good. Not very many people have Mr. Mime. I'm just a fan of him, but he is. I've seen battles against Aerodactyls, and he seems to be one of the champions. Now on to more gym related things. Um, yeah, you in the bat.
What is the best thing to have in a gym?
Whoa. Okay, that was weird. So honestly, the best things to have in a gym as defenders would be Snorlax, Executor, Executor, uh, Lapras, Aerodactyl. Electrobuzzes are actually okay in gyms, honestly, but I think that's really like the main. Yeah, that's pretty much the main people. Maybe a Rhydon as well. Um, anything that you can really think of, but you have to keep in track what else is in the gym. I mean, if you have let's say you have like a poison and ground type, and you try to add it with, honestly, probably just add it with a water. Take that back. Yeah, water type, electric type, or ghost type, and psychic as well. I mean, there you have to think about what it's weak against and what can be able to defend it. And also keep in mind the CP and IV. IV is honestly a little bit hard to talk about right now. It's basically experience that your Pokemon has, like stats, like CP, combat power, pretty good, but it doesn't really say too much about the Pokemon except for what level it's on. Now, keep in consideration defense, health points, and attack damage. Those are the best things. That's basically what IV is. It's like it's the report of your Pokemon. Now, just some random tips that I would actually recommend doing is if you have just a bunch of random crap that you're trying to get rid of, or you're trying to go up with XP, like let's say a good thing to do is you get a lot of Rattatas. Everyone gets those. Rattatas, Weedles, Spearows, and Pidgeys. Now, Spearows, you're probably not going to be able to evolve too much. I mean, they're uncommon, but they're pretty common, but they're not that common. Um, so let's say you have a bunch of like Pidgey candies. You have like 300. Now, just fully evolve every single one, right? You're gonna get 500 XP for each evolve, and that's pretty good. But to help your cause, there's this thing in the game called Lucky Eggs. Lucky Eggs basically increase the chance of getting rare Pokemon during a lure or incense, and they also give you more experience. So if you're catching a Pokemon with a lucky egg on, I think it's an extra 200 XP or 100, probably 100. And when you're evolving, you get more XP. I'm sorry, I really have no idea how much, and I'm too lazy to look it up right now. So yeah, now let's go on to levels and what you gain from them. Level 40 is the highest level you can reach in Pokemon Go. At the very beginning, you start off with your main things. You've got your Pokeballs. You have three incubators. Um, well, I say three. I mean like one. You get three uses out of them. You have some incense. I don't know, some potions, But level 2 and 3 you get just 10 Pokeballs. Level 4 you get 15 Pokeballs. Now what you unlock at level 5 is really what when your game actually starts. You get gyms. You have more potions and revives. That's what you unlock. That's when the game starts to change. At level 5, you all know you'll be able to go to a gym and choose your team. Team Power. And it's the best team. Now, choose your team wisely or don't. It doesn't really matter. But what you get at level 6 next is you get 15 Pokeballs, 10 potions, 5 revives, and one incubator. 7 is 15 Pokeballs, 10 potions, 5 revives, 1 incense. 8 is 15 Pokeballs, 10 potions, 5 revives, 1 lure module, and you unlock raspberries. You get 10 of them. 5 Pokeballs at level 9, 10 potions, 5 revives, 3 raspberries, 1 lucky egg. Now, lucky eggs are unlocked from the very beginning, but you only have one. Not very many people know this. I think it might just be because they don't really pay attention. I know I had no idea what they were until like a month ago. But yeah, at level 10 you unlock super potions, which are the orange ones. They revive a little bit more when you're trying to heal your Pokemon. You get 20 Pokeballs, 20 super potions, 10 revives, 1 raspberry, 1 incense, 1 lucky egg, and 1 egg incubator. 11, you get most of the same stuff. 15 Pokeballs, 10 super potions, 3 revives, and 3 raspberries. Now at level 12 is when it starts to get better. You unlock Great Balls. Now those are very helpful. They are the next level up from a normal Pokeball, and they help you catch rarer things without having to waste multiple Pokeballs or raspberries. They just give you a better chance of catching them. You get 20 Great Balls, 10 Super Potions, 3 Revives, 3 Raspberries. And yeah, you get 15 Great Balls, 20 Hyper Potions, which are the new unlocks. Hyper Potions are pink, and they almost get you completely maxed, but they don't. Um, yeah, 10 revives, 10 raspberries, 1 incense, 1 lucky egg, 1 egg incubator, and 16 through 19, you get all the same things every single time. It's kind of annoying, honestly. 10 great balls, 10 hyper potions, 5 revives, 5 raspberries. Level 20, I just hit. You unlock ultra balls, which are the next level up from great balls, which are really helpful at catching legendary and yeah. So really hard things to catch. That's what you need ultra balls for. You get 20 of those, 20 hyper potions, 20 revives, 20 raspberries, 2 incense, 2 lucky eggs, 2 egg incubators, 2 lure modules. 21 through 24, you get 10 ultra balls, 10 hyper potions, 10 revives, and 10 raspberries. Level 25, you unlock max potions. 25 ultra balls. They basically just like get you. Well, that's what they say. They max your Pokemon up to full health. 25 ultra balls, 10 max potions, 15 revives, 15 raspberries, 1 incense, 1 lucky egg, 1 egg incubator, 1 lure module. Now that's pretty much it for levels. People haven't really recorded what you get at 30. Now the deal with master balls, they're in the game, it's in the coding, but they haven't actually. Niantic hasn't set it up so people can actually unlock it yet. Now those are the things you need for catching legendaries and stuff. It is said that you'll get them at level 30, and that is the last unlock that you will receive. The final thing I'm going to do is just clear up a few myths for you guys about the legendary Pokemon like Articuno, uh, Zapdos, Moltres, Mew, Mewtwo, all them. People have actually caught nearly one of everything except for Mew and Mewtwo. Uh, there's been a case of Zapdos being caught in Articuno, not Moltres. Um, and that's the reason for that is they're in the coding. Somewhere along the line, the game has glitched and actually sent one in. Now, what Niantic has done because of that is kind of lame, but in a way fair for everyone else. They deleted the Pokemon from their account. Now, the next myth I'm gonna just break down is Mewtwo can be caught in Area 51. This may be true, but it's not, as seeing that you have no cell phone service, and there seems to be well, it is governmental property, which means if you go into the border of Area 51, you will be arrested for trespassing. There's been a case where people have actually gone to Area 51 expecting something that they'll be able to get and not getting anything. It's just that annoying, honestly. Um, yeah, in Area 51, it's not possible. So that's just the breakdown for you. There is asphalt where you will be arrested if you were to move onto the property line, which honestly, it's fair. It's trespassing, but that's why I believe that Mewtwo is not going to be able to be caught in Area 51. There's just no way that they would send out a normal Pokemon or a legendary Pokemon in an area that's basically forbidden to get to. So, yeah. Now, I remember telling you guys about how I caught the Snorlax. I just kind of wanted to give a rundown about my character, and yeah, so here we go. Level 20, just hit it. Here's my dude. Now, I have already caught